Okay, so now I'm just going to run through like 2 examples. And these examples are of clients that have both spent $375 a month. So that's about 3 hours of SEO a month. And the results are very different. And that's due to the competition for their keywords. So in this first one, what we're looking at is a website that I would say has low competition for its keywords. And so the keyword rankings improved significantly in just 3 months. So I'm going to go through this little table here so you can understand what it is. Over on this left-hand side is all the keywords. So psychologist Naura, psychologist Barry. And then in the top left corner where it says desktop rankings, you've got 1 to 10 is page 1 of Google, and that's green. So over on the right-hand side, all the numbers that are in green, that means that they're on the first page of Google. So if it says 1, it means that they're number 1 on the first page. If it says 5, it means they're number 5 on the first page. In this case, for Psychologist Naura, they were already ranking number 1 in May. That was the baseline, and they continued to rank number 1. For Psychologist Barry, they started at number 2 on the first page of Google and moved up to number 1. And then if we go further down the list, we can see Psychologist Culburra Beach. I hope that's how you say it. They were 50, which means that they were on the 5th page of Google, and they moved up to the first page. And then you've got ones here like Anadera, which was NTH, which means that they're not in the top 100. And they've moved up to number 19, and number 19 is like number 9 on the second page. So up here, 11 to 20 is the second page, 21 to 30 is the third page, etc. So in a space of 3 months, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 keywords that have moved up to the first page, and the ones that were already on the first page are ranking a lot higher. Now, in the second example, I want to show you what happens when it's really high competition for the keywords. So both of these clients are paying the same amount, so we're doing exactly the same amount of work on their sites. But in this case, some of the keywords take years to rank on the first page of Google. Now, this was this client's choice. They were doing lots of other different kinds of marketing, and they just wanted to invest a small amount in SEO over a long time period to see, what would happen. And so if you look in this example, let's say Custom Kitchens Brisbane. When we started in September 2015, they were not in the top 100 for that, so not on the top 10 pages of Google. And within the first year, because this is September 2016, so this is actually a year from here to that, from NTH to 1. So they were ranking on the number 1 on the first page of Google. But if we come down to some of their other keywords like Kitchen Renovations Brisbane and Kitchens Brisbane that have a much higher search volume, so like 390 searches or 880 searches a month, then it actually took until 2019 for them to get to the first page of Google. So you can see like the significant difference when it's like high competition compared to the low competition. So this is important because you never really know how much SEO your competitors are doing. And every industry has different competition, and every location has different competition. So most people expect the results so that they see here in example 1 that they're going to, do their SEO, and in a couple of months they're going to be on the first page for everything. And if that doesn't happen, then they give up. And so most people will give up on SEO way too soon. I just want to show this other example. This is again like a high competition where they're like a home renovation. They were paying $750 a month. You can see in the first year of SEO, 9,200 visits. The second year, that kind of doubled. The third year, that nearly doubled again. And then the fourth year, it went up significantly too. But it's really in year 3 and year 4 where we're seeing like a huge impact in the amount of traffic that they're getting to their website. Down here, they were about 500 visits a month, and up here now they're like at 5,000 visits a month. And the traffic cost is shown in this diagram as 11.9K. And so that just means that if somebody decided to launch a brand new website in this client's industry and they wanted to get as much traffic as this client is getting from SEO, they would need to spend nearly 12 grand on ads a month in order to get the same traffic as what this client is getting after 4 years of SEO. SEO is something that's very, very powerful in the long term, but in the short term, you may not see the results if you're in a very competitive industry or if you're a competitive location. And this one just gives you an idea of the SEO versus AdWords, because there might be some people where SEO isn't the best option for you right now. Doing ads may actually be a better option. And so I just want to put that out there for you. So in this graph, I'm just going to go through and explain it, but you've got year 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can see that here what it's saying is the traffic that they were getting from SEO or website traffic from Google that's not paid was 2,000 in the first year. And to get that 2,000 visits, they were paying $1,000 a month. So 12 grand in that year. Now, they may have actually been able to spend $6,000 on ads and not do any SEO and get this same 2,000 visits. So sometimes, especially in a competitive industry, in the first year, doing ads can actually bring you more traffic. But if you look at year 4, where again, they're still spending 12 grand or $1,000 a month on SEO, which got them 12,000 visits, they're now having to spend 48,000 on AdWords to get these 12,000 visits. So that's why over time, the amount that you invest in SEO can be significantly less than doing AdWords. And if you stop AdWords, obviously all the traffic disappears. Whereas if you've built this up with SEO, we have clients that have breaks in doing their SEO and they still maintain their traffic. So that's kind of the difference between SEO and AdWords, because SEO and ads are both competing for the same traffic.